Unmute. Okay, let's go. It is October 21st, 2020. Hello, hello. My name is Valerie Lamp, representing Voters for Voiceless. We are a New York State Board of Elections registered multi-candidate committee. Very long-winded title there. Anyway, the entire intent and purpose of our group, Voters for Voiceless, which you can find on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, is to A, educate and empower you, the voters. We want to get you up to speed as much as possible on what's going on within your local government. The areas that we're covering right now primarily are the town of Hempstead, the town of Oyster Bay, and Nassau County. That said, we encourage everyone to get involved and pay attention to what's happening in their local governments. We are an animal welfare related committee. We want to endorse and support candidates who are either already in office and they're doing positive things for the voiceless animals, or we will support and endorse their opponents and hopefully flip some seats when the time comes. We're about to announce endorsements this week for some local races, but the purpose of this particular Zoom meeting is by request. We did a poll and we wanted to ask, we asked you guys what you wanted to learn about next. Our first video that was instructional was on foil, how to foil, and that's up on our YouTube page as well. So today, drum roll, we're going to teach you how to look up political contributions. We got a lot of phone calls on this. How did you find this out? How did you find that out? And again, we're here to teach and hopefully be a resource to all of you. So, okay, first things first. This is the New York State Board of Elections website. This is their homepage, so it's elections.ny.gov, okay? elections.ny.gov. And it has a lot of information on here, like a lot. One of the things that you can find is about, over here on the left is their menu, you know, absentee voting, that's number 4 down. You know, if you're running for office, maybe you want to establish your own committee or political action group, and that information is here as well. Another thing that I want to encourage is to call them. Actually, when I call, they are excellent in terms of they know their stuff. They're a really good resource. So feel free to call and ask, you know, about whatever you want. Okay, so let's get to it. Here's the homepage. We go to the left. The topic for today is under this category, campaign finance. So we click here. The next thing that we do is, I mean, you can just look at a lot of the choices on the left again. But, you know, it's asking you questions. Are you a committee? Are you a candidate? Keep going. And what you want to get to is this: view disclosure reports. Every candidate, whether they get elected or not, excuse me, they have to report their finances and it stays on record to refer to. So query the database. See where it says over here in the middle of the screen, there's query instructions. Let's just start with this one, view contributions and expenditures. Okay, brings you to another page. Piece of advice, by the way, you know, there's really no substitute for trial and error. This site is a little complex. There's a lot of information here. And even sometimes I'll discover something new or, you know, stumble on something that I hadn't realized that would be helpful for me. But we get a lot of questions also on, like, you'll hear people say, oh, you know, this company just got a big contract, or this person just got a promotion, and I wonder, you know, if they are contributing to this person or that committee. So you can really sift through a lot of information here. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. So let's start with this. Contributions given to a candidate or committee. Excuse me. So let's take any candidate, whether they're in office or not. And haha, that's funny, my name comes up. Let's take Gillen. Laura Gillen ran for office in 2017. Now here's the important part. You have to search all offices or committee types. So your choices come up. She ran for supervisor. Okay. And you can specify a county or just, you know, for again, just showing you trial and error. Let's not. Let's see what happens. Now, this is important. The date of contribution range. You have to plug in a date in this format for both the date you're searching from to the end date. So she ran in 2017. So we'll just do January 1st, 2017. And then she ran again in 2019. So we'll just go beginning of the year to the end of the year, okay? And you can plug in whatever dates you want. You can be as specific as, you know, a 1-day range, or you can do 2, 3, 4, multiple years. Show contributions from, here's your choice. Do you want to see who she received contributions from as individual people, as committees, such as unions, associations, democratic clubs, things like that, from corporations, or from PACs? And look, you can do as many searches as you want. So I don't know, let's do corporations. Okay, fine. Minimum dollar amount. I usually plug in $50. Maximum, I don't fill that in. And this is interesting. This zip code thing kind of throws me off, but you know, it says here, down here, like the asterisk means that a date range and amount range are now required fields for this search. So I guess we'll just plug in 11570 because I know that's her hometown, Rockville Center. Submit query. Let's see what comes up. So here's what comes up. Friends of Laura Gillen. And we click on the link over here. And it comes up with 0. So here's the frustration. I actually think it has to do with the zip code. But don't worry, because I'm very stubborn. And I know, we all know that she raised more than $0. I mean, I know she didn't raise a lot the first time that she ran, you know, but regardless, and this is something I really want to make a point about, she didn't raise a lot of money, but she won. And I hear this a lot from people who are either in politics or aspiring to be in politics, or maybe they lost a race and they're thinking about running again. You know, they all say that money is so, so, so important. But here's the absolute truth. Laura Gillen ran against an incumbent. She had about $125,000 in her fundraising bank account. And the incumbent had he was able to spend about $4 million. And she did win. Now, let's go to the next race. Laura Gillen ran against Don Clavin. Gillen actually had more money in her bank account, in her piggy bank, and she lost to Don Clavin. So I don't know. I've had this argument a few times with some people, I should say a back and forth, but I don't think money is, you know, the most telling factor. You know, who's going to outspend who on signs and mailers and maybe commercials. But what I do think is that, you know, votes are what matters. And votes, if we do this the right way, guys, if you're talking to your friends, if you empower them and show them how to do these types of research on their own, and you encourage people to get involved and pay attention to their local governments, you know, read the papers. Well, no one reads papers anymore. Read the news. You know, go to board meetings, ask questions. We can actually really win people over collectively and get people to be awakened to what's going on in their own backyard. And I believe we can be very powerful. So, okay, let's move on. So in my mind, that was kind of a strikeout. And I know that, I don't know why it didn't show up there, but let's scroll down to my favorite. This over here at the bottom, this is my favorite link. Aggregated contributions and expenditures by office and district. Okay, so now this is asking you to search by office. So let's go to the same office again. Supervisor, here we go. District, I'm leaving blank. County and municipality, that would be Nassau County, New York. Municipality, I'm gonna leave blank. Date range, let's go from 2017 to the end of 2019, again, just to keep it the same. Submit query, bam. So here are all of the people who ran for a supervisor seat in Nassau County for the date range that we plugged in, which if you look at the top left, it's January 17th through December 31st of 2019. Sorry, January 2017, right, okay, I said it right. So here's Gillen down here. And if you scroll to the right, you'll see that her total contributions for that time frame is $1.8 million. And if you go back and you shorten the dates for if you just did year 2017, this number would drop by about $1.7 million. It's pretty amazing. Okay, hang on one second. So let's just scroll. So this is the next page. Okay, let's go to 2017 again, just for an example. The July periodic report. Here's the fun part. You can pull up by individual contributors, corporate contributors, other, in kind, which is also, I find to be a very valuable link because a lot of times companies, restaurants, they will make donations in the form of services, basically. So let's say you have a restaurant you're going to host your fundraiser at, and you order $3,000 worth of food. You know, the restaurant could say, we'll donate this to your campaign, and they have to disclose that. So hold on one second. Let's see, in kind. Oh, only one. Oh, Skipjack Film Productions. That's funny. That's her husband. That's hysterical. That's her husband, Chris. Okay, moving on. Anyway, so let's go backwards for one more second because I feel like I'm going kind of fast, but you know, you guys are New Yorkers. I know you can keep up. So again, here's the search. Supervisor. You can do this for councilmen, legislators, you know, whatever. And county. I did not select the municipality. I left it blank. And your date range, January 2017 to December 2019. So here's the current supervisor. Oh, by the way, I should just mention one thing. Sorry, as an animal advocate group, before this group was born, so to speak, many animal advocates got behind and supported Laura Gillen in many ways. You know, we went to her fundraiser. We went to train stations with her to promote voting for her. We campaigned for her. I personally handled her social media accounts for free, and, you know, spoke to her like every day, gave her ideas, helped her create a couple of videos that went a long way. And long story short, she broke every promise to the animals and the people, and that's all we wanted. You know, none of us did it for jobs. You know, nobody was looking for a contract. We literally just supported her because we believed her promises about fixing the town of Hempstead Animal Shelter. So long story short, she's gone now also because we couldn't support her the second time around. And let's just hope that she doesn't ever try to make a resurfacing cameo or something, because we will do everything to rally against her. Next up, current supervisor for the town of Hempstead, Don Clavin. click, same time range. All right, so here's, again, all your options. This guy, wow, this guy has been in politics for a long, long time. This goes back all the way to 2006. He used to be receiver of taxes, which is a position that, you know, you have to run for and be elected. Okay, fine. So let's go to 2019, because this is the year that he won his current position. I like going to, let's say, the July report, because it's towards the end of election season. I mean, you can just see all of these reportings are mandatory. So we, Voters for Voiceless, have to make these reportings too. And unfortunately, we haven't been fundraising because of COVID, so there's not much to report right now, but there will be. So July periodic report. Again, here are your choices: individuals, corporate, other, expenditures, contributions refunded. That's an interesting one. And let's just go to individuals. Okay, here we go. Up top, wow, there's a lot on this page. There's a lot of pages here. So here's his contribution report for the July periodic period. Okay, sorry, July period, okay. Let's go to the top, where are we? So this contribution code up here, FAM, that stands for family. Okay, I believe that's his wife, that's fine. Deidre Boyle, I don't know. And then the next one are individuals, right? So you can see every single person, as well as how much contributed to Don Clavin's campaign account for 2019, well, during this time period. And wow. I'm just checking out some of these names with you. And yeah, I mean, look, a lot of people who contribute to this campaign, who contributed, they work for the town of Hempstead. A lot of, I don't know if I should point names out or, oh, here's another fun fact. Notice this is Alphonse D'Amato. So most of you know that name. He was a long time New York politician. And I found out, it was so interesting to me that, you know, when politicians fundraise, they don't, like, let's say you believe in somebody, you believe in a candidate that's running, and you cut them a check for whatever, let's say $150 seems to be a very common denomination here. So let's say you, let's say I was running for something, which I never will, but anyway, you cut me a check, it goes to Friends of Valerie Lamp account, $150. And let's say all these contributions went into my account. What happens a lot is me, the candidate, will take monies from my account that people donated to support me, and I will turn around and donate it to another politician's account who I want to support. And I didn't know that, because I don't care which party that you may be registered as. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, whatever. I believe that, you know, there's good and bad in all walks of life. There's good and bad in all professions, etc. And so if I'm cutting a check to, let's say, a Republican, I may not like all of the other Republicans, you know what I mean? And so if that candidate or elected official, if I see them turn around and donate to someone who I don't care for and who I don't believe in, that is gonna really disturb me. Just, you know, giving you guys a heads up, your monies don't always go to where you think they do. So this is no surprise here. So here's Joe Cairo. He is the head of the Nassau County GOP. Mr. Cairo, okay. Let's see, Mr. Casolaro. I met him. I think he's a nice guy. but the point is he ran for something. I forgot. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Charles. I think it was a judgeship, actually. But regardless, you know, Mr. Casolaro is part of the Republican club. And a lot of the people who are listed on this contribution list work for the town of Hempstead. Wow, wow, wow. You know, maybe I'll do that another time. I will give you, oh, wow. Okay. I can't even help it. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Richard Ramos, he's the grant writer for the town of Hempstead. Kathy Malone is Don Clavin's basically right-hand person. She's been his admin for, you know, a long, long time. Here's Commissioner Rockcamp, another nice guy. Look, the point is that I guess, you know, a lot of people who work at the town or used to work for the town. Oh, Mr. Amarini, he used to be with the town attorney's office and then he recently retired. You know, they contribute to the Republican candidates. Oh, here's another one, Chris Carini. Okay, he's a council person now. He was running also. Oh, I like some of these people I like a lot, I gotta be honest, but maybe what we should do is print this out and highlight, you know, every single person who either works for the town or used to work for the town. Wow, wow, wow. Mr. Longobardi, I like him too. He's a nice guy, but you know, it is what it is. He's the commissioner of purchasing department. And you know, there is a lot of town of Hempstead employees that are contributing to this candidate. Well, now he's in office, but anyway, so I hope that you will come to this website, play around with it. You know, again, this is just for the supervisor seats, and this is for the corresponding towns, North Hempstead, Oyster Bay, Hempstead. Once you click on the candidate who you're interested in researching, then you click on the time period, you know, to generate that report. Here's 11 days right before the election. This is the last filing. Let's see if you want to pull up any corporate. And then you'll see these are the companies that donated monies to Don Clavin's account when he was running. So Gotham Builders, you know, a lot of people don't like it when they see construction companies and developers, because if Cosmopolitan Construction, if they end up getting very large contracts, et cetera, you know, Mandalay Holdings, I feel like that's from Seinfeld, isn't it? Anyway, Hope Realty, if they get a contract, you know, then people kind of look, they don't like that. You know, if you make a $1,500 donation, I don't know who this is, NVS, I'm not picking on anyone, I'm just looking at whatever's here. And like, if you all of a sudden start getting lucrative contracts from the town of Hempstead, it gives off the impression that it is a pay-to-play system. And, you know, look, I understand, believe me, if I wanted to make a donation and I owned a company and I'm making that donation in a heartfelt manner and I really believe in the candidate, you know, I can understand it. But the truth is that there are companies and people who will donate to candidates from both parties, even if they're running against each other. And it sometimes just makes you really shake your head. So, all right, let's go backwards. What else was I going to tell you guys? So here's your homepage. Let's go back to campaign finance. Okay, fine. And then view disclosure reports. I'm just doing a quick walkthrough again. And here you go. Here's your choices. View contributions and expenditures, view candidate or committee, view committees by office. I mean, you can really spend a lot of time on here just doing your trial and error, excuse me. This is, again, this is if you plug in a candidate's last name. So who is coming up for re-election next year? We just did Clavin, who, by the way, very similarly to Gillen, again, since we're an animal advocacy page, I have to mention it. He promised to fix the shelter. It's never been worse. It's actually worse than from before, when he was running and acknowledged that it was in bad shape, the worst agency for the town, that's what he called it, and that he was going to fix it. So we're not supporting him. I'm just showing you guys, Gillen was a Democrat, Clavin is a Republican, and we're no longer supporting either of them. So bring on 2021, because that's when he's running again. Okay, candidate last name or committee name. So let's pick someone who is up for re-election in 2021, and that would be, what's his face? Blakeman. Councilman Blakeman. Oh, look, it pre-filled for me. Office and county. He is a council person. Councilman, there you go. Date of contribution, I don't know. Let's look at this year so far. We'll go to the end of September. Show contributions from all, amount of contribution, minimum $50. I don't know. Let's see what happens if I don't plug in a zip code. Oh, there we go. Friends of Bruce Blakeman. I'm definitely not on this list. Oh, I cracked myself up. Okay, so not a lot going on here. $50, $50, but you know, somehow, again, this is why I say just keep playing around, because I somehow feel that's not quite up to speed there. Specific contributors, this is when/where you're gonna look for either an individual or a company or a committee if you're interested to see, you know, what company may have donated to someone or individual. So guys, I hope this was helpful. I would definitely encourage everyone to get to know this website. There's a lot of good information here. Look at this, how to apply for an absentee ballot. I know many of you don't want to go in person and vote this year because of COVID. Click on that, you know, get your directions and instructions. There are deadlines. Look at this. I have to say, I did this last year and it's kind of a pain, but you have to apply to get your absentee ballot, and then you have to fill it out, sign it, and you have to mail it in. And it has to be postmarked by a certain date. So, you know, time's ticking. Come to this website, check it out, and make sure you get your vote in, guys. Please vote. Here's another link, register to vote. You know, deadlines are here. You can register in person at your county board of elections. You can request a New York State voter registration by mail. So don't wait too long. You know, we're running out of time here. And I guess that's it for now. Excuse me. If you have any questions or you have any suggestions, Voters for Voiceless on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we're on YouTube. Please message us. We will respond. If you have a request for a tutorial or have any ideas about something that you might like to see us conduct, by all means, you know, reach out. We're here to help people garner the knowledge and you know, sharpen their advocacy axe. So, all right, that's it for now, guys. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully this was helpful. And you know, just be a voice for the voiceless. And if this is not your cause and you have a different cause, whether it's, you know, fighting for veterans or homeless people or equality issues, you know, come to this website, call the Board of Elections, talk to them about starting your own political group. You know, this is a great time to impact change. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great day.